Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsey. If you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting below. If you want to see more of my videos, press the subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications. If you need any Stampin' It! Products to make this card, you can visit my online store and the link is in the description box below. When you purchase Stampin' It! Products through me, you can earn free products. Check out my current customer appreciation products on my blog, and the link is listed below in the description. Today, I'd like to share with you my first alternative project using the May 2021 paper pumpkin kit called Batter Up. This fun kit creates 9 cards, 3 in 3 different designs, and they are super fun and very simple to make. And what I like to do is take the products that came in the kit and step them up and create my own designs using those products. If you're interested in seeing what came in this month's kit or checking out my other alternative ideas, you can click on the playlist and I will link it up here in the top right corner. So let's go ahead and get started making this card. Our first step is to take the Sunburst Cardbase and we're going to cut it in half, and that should be cut right at 4 1/4. And we're going to save this piece for the inside of our card. So I've got now my piece that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I want to orient the cardstock so that I know where I'm going to be cutting out the inside panel. So on the left and the bottom, I'm going to be cutting at 1/2 inch. And then the top and the right side will be 1 inch from each edge. And so I'm going to start by placing the bottom left corner into my paper trimmer. So this is my bottom left corner, and I'm going to line it up with the 1/2 inch mark here on my card base. Now, because I know that the bottom is also cut at 1/2 inch, this is going to be my stopping line. So when you bring down your blade, you want to make sure it's in the center of your cardstock. And you're going to start it by pressing it down and bringing it up to that 1/2 inch line. And then we're going to also take it down to a full 4 inches. So that's going to be, we're going to stop it at 4 1/2 inches, which will give us that full inch between 4 1/2 to 5 1/2. And then we're rotating to the bottom, and we're going to begin that measurement at 1/2 inch, just like before. Bring your blade into the center of the cardstock. You're going to bring it down to the cut line that you've already cut, and then you're going to bring it up to just the 1 inch mark here. And then lift it up, and then rotate. We're now at 1 inch on this edge. Again, bring it into the card base, go down to the cut line, and then up to 1 inch. And then rotate. And again, we're now at 1 inches because we're at the top. Go to the top cut line and then the bottom cut line and lift up. And you should have, the panel should now come easily out of the card base. So for my card, I do have a very thin border of the Smoky Slate card base, which is the one that I've used for my card. And so I'm going to now trim off 1/8 inch on the top and right sides. So I'm just lining that up with 1/8 inch, so it should be 4 1/8 on that side, and then this side should be 5 3/8. Okay, so now this piece is ready for our card base. And just like I mentioned, I have a card base of Smoky Slate cardstock, and it's just your regular size, which is cut to 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to add my background piece first. And so I'm just going to, you can use glue dots that came in the kit, but I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal adhesive, and I'm adding just a little bit along the opening, just those edges. Remember, the skinny side is on the left and bottom. So just kind of want to hover it to make sure that you've got a nice even border all the way around. And then once you like where you've placed it, go ahead and add it to your card. And so we should have something that looks like this. So our next step is to place this inside panel on a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. This piece is just 1/4 of an inch larger than the inside panel that we just cut. So its final size is 3 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And I want it popped up off of the Night of Navy, and so I'm adding it with some dimensionals. And then you're just going to go ahead and center that inside that cardstock. And then you're going to add this on top of your card base. And you just want to make sure that you line up these sunbursts or starbursts with the ones on the back. So I just like to kind of hover it over it and make sure all those lines are lining up. So I'm just kind of looking around the whole piece and making sure that they all line up nicely. So then just make sure to press that down firmly so you get a nice connection between those pieces of cardstock. So the next step is to add the die cut pieces. And to kind of help those stand out against this really strong background, I wanted to add a vellum circle. And this circle is 2 1/4 inches. And I'm going to begin by adding my baseball, and I want to add that with dimensionals to the vellum circle. And I'm placing that close to one of the edges of the circle. So next I'm going to add my baseball bat, and I want this to be popped up as well. So I'm going to be using some mini dimensionals, which fit really nicely here at the top of the bat. But if you don't have them, you can also cut some skinny pieces from the edge or cut a dimensional in half. So you can take one of these skinny pieces and place them at the top and at the bottom of your bat. And then you'll take some of the glue dots and add them to the center of the bat on the back. And remove the paper backing from all the pieces. And then you'll place this just at an angle off of the baseball, just like that. And then we can add our all-star. Now, when I was playing around with this, I felt like the white space around the all-star was a little large. And so I decided to take my paper snips and just fussy cut around the edge. And it's a pretty simple shape. So I just wanted to make it a little bit smaller so that I could see more of the die cuts that are sitting behind it. And then we're going to add that over our baseball and bat. I'm going to place some adhesive and then a glue dot on the right side. So just something like that. So now I'm going to add the vellum to my card, and I'm going to do that just with placing a little adhesive behind those die cut elements, and that's just going to make sure that I don't see the adhesive when the vellum is on my card. And then just go ahead and place that onto your card base. And the very last step is to add some of the cute colored enamel dots that came in the kit. Because there's so much red already on this kit, I decided to just use the yellow, and I'm just placing them around the main parts. And then I just noticed we need to stamp our little greeting here that kind of specifies who this card is for. And so I've got one of these little rectangles that also came in the kit, and I'm going to do this one for the brother. So going to add that to a clear block and use my Night of Navy ink spot that came in the kit. And then center that onto that rectangle and stamp it. So then I'm going to add this with a dimensional on the back, and I'm just going to cut one of the large ones in half so that it fits a little bit better. And then that just comes down underneath All Star, just like that. So now our card is all done. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun alternative card for May 2021 Paper Pumpkin Kit. If you're interested in getting your own Paper Pumpkin Kit, please subscribe using the link in the description below. To see written instructions and close-up images of this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.